Getting staffed on a pitch, managing an investment bank process. This is lesson 3 of class 1. In this lesson, we will review what to expect when getting staffed on a pitch, junior banker responsibilities during a pitch, the general composition of the pitch deck. Background. When an investment bank is invited to participate in a bake-off, it will immediately staff a team of practitioners to create materials and execute the pitch. Pro tip: beauty contests, or bake-offs, have short fuses, and the bank needs to create and prepare the materials in a short time frame, meaning that there will be tight turnarounds, tight feedback loops, and likely lots of night work and weekend work. Throughout this lesson, the Warren Fox Group will provide a detailed overview of the pitch process and what junior bankers should expect. What to expect during a pitch process. Receiving a staffing email. Bank staffer alerts the practitioner of his or her obligations on a pitch with an email that will include a few main items: the team members on the pitch, name of the potential client, an action item for the junior banker to set up an introductory call to discuss the opportunity and any immediate next steps. Introductory call. On the introductory call, the senior bankers will explain the situation in further detail and set timeline expectations. Other discussion points could be the origination of the client relationship, the client's goals and expectations within the capital markets, the date of the bake-off and potential go-to-market timing, existing due diligence materials on the client. Step 3, gathering, organizing, and creating pitch materials. Following the introductory call, junior bankers will begin creating pitch materials for the bake-off. The first step include set up an internal email distribution for team communications, set up a folder on the internal drive to organize existing due diligence files, legal items such as NDAs, and presentation materials needed for the pitch. Creation of the pitch materials. Step 1, internal review of client materials and outside research. Junior bankers will begin leveraging all internal and third-party resources to conduct research on the client. Sometimes bankers put together a client cheat sheet, which is a Word document that acts as a quick book of facts. We'll describe this later in the lesson. Step 2, begin shelling out a preliminary pitch deck. Junior bankers need to be efficient and leverage recently created materials used in relevant past pitches. Never recreate the wheel, especially on a pitch, because of the short time fuses. Step 3, internal review and finalization of materials. All pitch materials go through a rigorous internal peer review process with many levels of edits. Once the pitch materials are finalized, the team will have a review session in which the senior bankers will assign themselves slides to cover during the pitch. Step 4, delivering the pitch. The pitch will either be in person or electronically over a video call. If the pitch is delivered electronically, the junior banker's responsibility will be to screen share, flip pages, and take notes. Pro tips on the cheat sheet. Some topics to include: company description, which is an overview of the company background, describing when the company was founded, where it's headquartered, and the number of employees. Products and services. This is an overview of the company's flagship products and services. Competition, overview of the main competitors. Financings, overview of previous capital raising. Transaction history, overview of previous market transactions. High-level overview of the company financials, so historical top-line revenue and profit margins. Management team, overview and background of the team leaders. Composition of the pitch deck. Breakdown of pitch deck should be at least into 3 sections. Section 1, Intro to Bank X. Section 2, General Industry Analysis. Section 3, Bank X's Strategic Advisory. Section 1, Intro into Bank X. This will mainly be comprised of the below slides. Summary of Bank X. This slide includes an executive summary of the bank describing who they are, what they stand for, the types of deals and industry that they specialize in, how many professionals work at the bank, how many deals the bank has done, and the total deal quantum measured in enterprise value. The next slide will be the key officers of the bank. This slide introduces the founders, partners, and officers of the bank, with special priority given to the senior practitioners who will likely be participating on the deal. And then tombstones. This slide represents recent deal flow to qualify the bank's experience in the sector. It is not uncommon for there to be multiple tombstone slides in the deck, the first slide being the most relevant and recent deals that apply to this particular mandate, and then additional slides highlighting the bank's past 12 or 24 months deal activity. Section 2, General Industry Analysis. This will mainly be comprised of the below slides. Status of Industry X. This slide includes an executive summary of Industry X, describing what the industry does, the key players in the industry, how the industry makes money, and the key risks to the industry. Market opportunities in Industry X. This slide describes the TAM of the industry, the future of the industry and how the industry grows into its future state, and the current market trends, regulatory trends, geopolitical trends that could affect the industry. Current market multiples. This slide introduces the public company benchmarks that will support relative valuation while also introducing potential strategic acquirers. And recent transaction in the history. This is the precedent transactions. This slide introduces the market's recent trading activity of public and private transactions in Industry X, providing the client with a strong indication of potential valuation range and pricing metrics. Section 3. Bank X's Strategic Advisory. This will mainly be comprised of the below slides. Executive Advisory Plan. This slide outlines how the bank plans to execute the mandate or the strategic paths that are available to the client given its current position. Universe of buyers/investors. This slide describes all the potential buyers and investors and calls out the personal relationships of the bank. Valuation. This slide outlines a specific valuation range based on the publicly available data and company-specific information that has been provided to the bank. Thank you for tuning into this lesson, and we look forward to seeing you at the next one, in which we will cover engaging the client.